So let's talk salt. So I've been asked a few times now about different salts, how they're used and when to use them. And I've been meaning to get the video done for quite a while, but I just haven't had the chance. So here is a very quick and probably very oversimplified guide, if you will, to salt. And the first thing I'll say is that salt is oftentimes underestimated and misunderstood. It looks simple, but it is an incredibly powerful tool to have in your tool belt in the kitchen. When used right, salt isn't just a seasoning, it transforms flavors as well. Without over-explaining it too much, salt doesn't just make things salty. It balances bitterness, it enhances sweetness, and it also unlocks hidden flavors in dishes. It makes savory notes, which we call umami, stand out a lot more. If you want to see this in action, look no further than the humble tomato. A tomato is a very natural source of glutamates, and yes, they're the same glutamates that you find in MSG. When we apply salt to a tomato, it draws all those juices out and it makes everything pop. In a matter of minutes, your tomato will taste juicier, it'll taste sweeter, and it'll just taste a lot more tomato-y. But there are a lot of salts out there and it can be very overwhelming, and it's kind of hard to know which salt does what and when to use it. First up, table salt. This one is bright, clean, it dissolves really quickly, and it's kind of your everyday salt. It's the one you're going to use in baking for the most part. And my favourite, flaky salt. This is where salt can start to give texture to a dish. The big crystals give a crunch and a burst of flavour. This is mostly used for kind of finishing. Now, I will say I usually season my steaks and burgers with Maldon as opposed to table salt. That's a personal preference though. Next, rock salt. This is the one that you'd be filling your salt grinder with. It's also the one that I don't have in my house at any point because I never use a salt grinder. That's not its only use though, it is coarse so it dissolves slowly. This makes it good for putting into large volumes of liquid and things like your cures and your brines. And lastly, specialty. Specialty salts would be your flavoured salts, your Himalayan pink salts. I tend to use quite a lot of seaweed salts or smoked sea salts. These are not all the same. Specialty salts tend to be more fit for purpose. So if you want an element of smokiness and crunchiness on a dish, you can always finish it with smoked molten sea salt. Or I have been adding a flaky seaweed salt to a lot of my salads. So if you're reading a recipe and you see that there's an amount of salt that you would deem a little bit too much, that salt is playing more roles than just seasoning. It interacts with every layer of flavour in every layer of your dish. This is why I also advise seasoning throughout your dish as opposed to just seasoning at the end. So remember, the right salt at the right time doesn't just season something, it unlocks flavour. I've rambled on a bit now, so I'll leave it at that. Don't forget to drop me a follow if you like my content, and I will catch you on the next one.